Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. Jacalyn. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. Jacalyn at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone. Wow, so exciting. We have a new intro here on USA Global TV, home of Talking Heads. And welcome to our friends listening on Business Talk Radio out of New York. I'm Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, and I'm just so excited to be here the day after Thanksgiving. So much to be grateful for and so much to just be aware of. Thank you to everyone who has supported me on this journey and supported our team. We just really appreciate you. Our show today is Get Lucky with Marites Allen, and she is backstage. Let's bring her out. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. Happy Thanksgiving Day to you, all the way from London. I am wishing that all your wishes in life will come true.
Well, after I had that reading that was done by you, I have a much better sense of what's coming and what I need to do to get it. So thank you for that. And just for people who missed the show, if possible, they can also watch it on the replay. Can you just share what it is that you do in these readings?
Yes. So what happens is that last week, my friends, by the way, thank you again and for the opportunity to be joining you with a very prestigious Dr. Jacalyn. By the way, your intro is so beautiful. I love it. Congratulations to the one who did it as well. You're doing a great job. So it's an honor to be in your show. So last week, Dr. Jacalyn and I were talking about the destiny reading. So what it does is that it is actually the so-called destiny reading about your charts. So I always compare it to if someone would like to go and see a doctor, the doctor would like to examine you or get your x-ray to check what is wrong with your body, for example. So the destiny reading is actually similar to that, only that I would be needing your date and time of birth. And from that information, we can now gather and deduce, what are the different things that you need to improve or to enhance in your life. So our episode every Friday with Dr. Jacalyn is Get Lucky with Marites Allen. So to our viewers who would like to know their forecast or their destiny reading, what are your lucky colors, lucky directions, perhaps if you want to know your lucky careers, then this is the channel to tune in. And then, of course, you can always follow me on the Facebook, Instagram, or on my website, Marites Allen, that's being flashed on the screen right now.
Thank you so much, Marites. Now, I would love if you shared a little bit about the program that you have that I tuned into today. That was truly amazing.
Yes. So every Friday, we call it like the Friga Fashion Friday. So, for example, I am wearing my lucky pendant. You see, this is the ultimate mantra medallion. It's actually like a mandala design with all the 12 animal signs, and it has the evil eye on it. This is also one of my products. This is the auspicious affirmation scarf. It has all the 8 auspicious symbols on it. And I'm not sure if you can see it closely, but the affirmations there says, I'm good, I'm beautiful, I'm cool, I'm gorgeous, and many more. And the birds, they fly out and get opportunities for you. So every Friday, I have an episode, Friga Fashion Fridays, and every Monday I have the Marites Allen Show as well. It's airing you can see it and check it on YouTube. So today, it's our first time to try like online live selling, because there's a lot of people who wants to know more about the lucky charms that they can wear. Where can they get it? Where can they buy it? So this is the infinity ring. This is the ultimate mantra ring. So all of these are lucky charms. So we have a very, very exciting viewers today. I think we have like 12,000 um, uh, viewers, and so many questions and answers as well. So, which is very exciting. So, I'd like you to also to anyone who would like to continue their questions. Of course, they always have a follow up uh, with Dr. Jacalyn show as well, which you can find me.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. I thought a wonderful topic, because you and I have both recently been traveling and setting things up again. And as we come to the end of this year, I think it's normal for people to start wondering, how can they be better next year? How can they change some behavior patterns that were ineffective? How can they maybe purge some of the things from their house? How can they set things up in the right way to bring goodness to them? So, what are your thoughts about that as we close out this year? Some things that we can do to be in more alignment.
Yes, thank you for that, Dr. Jacqueline. In fact, my friends, very, very important. We spend so much time, more so in this pandemic, at home. So first things foremost, I mean, changes that we have done. So, um, you know, Dr. Jacqueline and I have already initiated. We didn't talk about it, but it just happened that we have moved into a brand new place. At the same time, this is just to prepare and to revitalize the energy, of yourself. So, what do you do if you are in your, say, old place, your own homes? There are things that you can do. And this is what I call this particular episode: everything you need to do or to know in feng shui, especially in creating a harmonious home. So I know I can talk a lot about the subject. So, Dr. Jacqueline, please stop me anytime if you like. So, first things foremost is you please check the entrance of your homes, okay? Because, my friends, the energy of the front of the home is very, very important. So, feng shui, my friend, is actually about creating space, creating not only a space on its own, but a very good positive space. So, can you imagine if you're going inside a house or a home or a flat, you can already feel the energy. If the entrance is so sad and gloomy and dark, then it doesn't feel welcoming. But if the entrance is bright and beautiful and pretty, therefore you also feel good about it and you will be feeling welcome. So, first things foremost, at the entrance of the house, you should be able to make sure that the entrance is very nice and clean. So, for example, I don't know what happens, I don't know the culture in other countries, but in England, for example, uh, you can have like a place where you can put, normally, we remove our shoes, and then sometimes the shoes just being scattered around the floor. So it is best to put the shoes into a proper shoe storage. So it's also important to know that if your shoes are like all over the place, remember the shoes are coming from the outside. It was stepping into different negative energies. You don't really want it to be loitering around the rest of the house. So you have to be able to leave it um, inside a storage box. So, for example, let me just share to you on my screen. So, this is actually the best way. So, say for example, you have a very small space. So, the best way to keep it is put it in a show storage box, right, Dr. Jacqueline? So it doesn't like scattered around, uh, the house. So because remember, like what I said, the shoes is coming from the outside. It must have been picked up, from the road to the car. You don't really want them to be brought into inside your house. So that's rule number one. Number two is you can actually have a bright light, because can you imagine entering into a house and it's so dark and gloomy and sad? You don't like that. So make sure that it's bright and beautiful, bright and welcoming. Remove any things that's unnecessary. Remember, my friends, is that the main door is like the mouth, or it's like the face. So meaning you want the face or the good energy to be welcoming to you.
So I have a
So
question. So does
yes.
that mean the front door should be nice and clean and there should be nothing on it? You shouldn't have any holiday wreath or
No, the wreath is, of course, is important, because we are celebrating the season. It's a good reminder for us for a happy occasion. The clutter that we define in feng shui are really like, any things, boxes, it has to be at least in order. So meaning no clutter. If you have to, then maybe if you have like maybe a coat hanger on the side, just make sure that when the energy comes in, the energy would like to go in properly, not like, oh, where will I pass, just so many clothes all over the place, or boxes or letters or magazines that's being stuck up from one another. So just make it nice and clean. You can still put your decorations, welcoming the space as well. And another one as well is that I'm not sure, in the US, do you have like it depends on the flat or the house, right? When you go in, do you have like a coat hanger on the side where people can leave their coats, or you have like the portable one that you can hang your things? What is it there?
I think in some cases it's a little of each, and also maybe there's a coat closet that people can put their coats there. But question I have for you, so let's say in your home you have a policy that it's no shoes. Shoes
Yeah.
go to a nice place like that. And then people come to visit and they're very excited about their wonderful shoes and they don't want to take them off. Do you have a sign up that says please remove
Oh
shoes?
my gosh, I know. I'm telling you, I just had an episode last night, and it's the very first night that we had to host dinner. And these are very, very important people. So, of course, they are excused, Dr. Jacqueline. I mean, we cannot be very, very, how do you call it, so strict about it. It depends. Maybe for family members, you can tell them, but if it's like a guest, it's very difficult to say so. Then, it's just one off, once in a while occasion. Um, it actually depends. If I knew that they are family members, they are relatives, they are like very good friends, a lot of them you'll be surprised because they already knew how to remove it. I was even the one begging, please, please don't remove your shoes. Um, don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. So it's fine. Uh, but then as
Thanks.
much as possible, don't. By the way, do you know that putting plants in front of, in your living in the entrance is also very nice? It has to be nice and preferably fresh. So I don't know about you. Do you prefer fresh plants, or do you prefer synthetic plants? Because, this is like watering them, and all these things. What do you prefer?
I prefer fresh flowers, but I'd also prefer fresh plants as opposed to artificial.
Yes, yes. So those are very, very good and auspicious, enhancers for the front of the house. And sometimes also, when you enter into the main door, that's why, my friends, main door is so important. When you enter into a main door, immediately the door already faces another door on the other end.
Mm.
In fact, it could be like the back of the house already, or the back of the flat, or it could be like leading to another room, um, of the house. So one flat that we looked at was when you enter, the hallway goes straight to the back, which is a door to the guest toilet. So what it means is as soon as the good energy comes in, perhaps then the good energy just be flushed all the way to the toilet. So that's why I have to say, make sure that the toilet seat bowl are covered all the time, putting it down. The door is always shut, and at the same time, I could put like a console table to to stop the flow of energy going directly gushing to the back of the space. So at least put like a console table that you can put in maybe a flowers just to stop the flow of energy. So that's one tip that you can do. So we talk about the entrance and the living room, which has to be like, or all in order. So Dr. Jacqueline, we can talk about the kitchen because some people they say, hey, how can we make the kitchen, you know, auspicious? Now, some people they'd love, I don't know, in Asia, we would love to like collect fruits. And sometimes we have like a lucky fruits, not even a fruit. And we put it at the middle of our table. And because of the weather, then sometimes the fruit is like either overripe and it's no longer welcoming anymore. And it is important, my friends, to like, you know what, in life, if you put it that way, if you mix a rotten, say, tomato to a good set of tomatoes, then naturally it will infect all others, right? So same thing in life. So better if it's already like old ones, stale, you can now remove them. And if you can actually store them into the fridge, making it nice and clean and fresh as well. So these are some of the things that you can do. So, for example, if you have, say, fresh fruits, then these fresh fruits can actually serve as your enhancer as well. So meaning, the food that you put on your table are always fresh, and it's just like sort of like perfect, and not like the rotten ones are mixed up with other ripe ones. So just make sure to make it a habit to check what you have already in storage. Then another one at the same time is that now that we are doing a lot of work at home, how do you set up your, say, your home office? So sometimes, in fact, into the comforts of your home, you can just become creative, right? I mean, some people, we, especially in England or in the US, we don't really have the luxury of space. So having like a decluttered space, thankfully, at least we have laptops now, unlike before with huge monitors, with the wirings or all over the place. It's important that we can also organize our working space accordingly as well. One of the things that we have to be careful is that, the wirings can be all over the place and it's really very unsightly to see. So we have to be careful for that as well. And then I forgot, if I may go back to the topic about the kitchen. In the kitchen, if you have like sharp knives, it's better not to put it like lying around or everywhere. Comparing it to a block where you have to put all the knives as opposed to putting it in a drawer. It's better for you to put it in a drawer rather than outside.
Hmm.
So those are some of the principles that you can apply. But my friends, I would say in the modern generation now, we cannot be like, so hard and there's no fast rules in doing these things. Um, in I think within reason, you can also be a bit flexible. And then if you talk about the bedrooms, for example, the bedroom should not have like, I don't know if you had been to a house or a unit, Dr. Jacqueline, that has like, on your head. So when you sleep at night, the bed has actually like something on the top of your head. So it's always nice to have a bedroom which is actually clear. The ceiling is nice and clear. None of this like overhanging in your head or like a beam. A beam is very bad for our head. That's why even when I go to a hotel, I made sure and I check the nice, simple it is, the plainer it is, the better. So make sure that your head is not, there's nothing overhanging your head
So
because
no canopy, no canopy bed where you have the.
canopy are very soft. They're softer, so it's okay because you can make like a nice, beautiful decorative cloth. It's also nice and comfy, but not like a beam because there are some flats because of space. So it's not even like a squarish. Some flats or condos are different sizes. For a home, no problem because they have ample space. Avoid putting mirrors in the bedroom because that could create a third party, that could also create arguments as well. So, and then the colors. Some people would like to use dark blue or, black into your bedroom. So these are water element colors, which are not advisable in the bedroom. So you're better off with, grayish colors. You can be more expressive with something pink, something gold, white is very common as well. So making it neutral, making it simpler is better.
A question I have for many people who are working from home: what if your option to work from home means that you have to have your desk in your bedroom? Is there anything that we can be aware of how to set things up in a positive way?
Number one, it is better if you can say you have, I mean, we know that, right? I mean, here in England is the same case. You can actually create a space in your bedroom to share as your working space. So create like an illusion. If you can stay out, or like the bedroom is not on your side, that you are sleeping the bed, it's better. But if you are going to position your bed, your table, and then you're going to be seeing your bed all the time, maybe what you can do is just turn it the other way around so that at least your bed could be behind you or your bed could be beside you, but not to confront it or to look at it. Because remember, it's now you're not creating an illusion that in the same space of your bedroom, you have now subdivided it into two different spaces. Another one that you can conceal it is a divider. So be creative, put a divider there as well. If you have a window, if you can sit and align yourself by the window, near the window when you work, is also a very good thing. So mentally, it is always nice to see that your side, your eyesight can see moving things, new things at the same time. But it cannot just be like bed, bed, bed all the time. The bed is a very special place where you have to rest, where you have to re energize your energy as well for the next day's work.
Fantastic. And I just want to go back to something else you mentioned. So there should be no mirrors in the
Yep.
bedroom.
Yes. No mirror. The mirrors are excellent enhancers for the dining room. So in the dining room, say for example, I'm actually sitting right now in my dining table. Okay. So behind me, I could put a mirror here because the mirror will now reflect the food that you put on the table, meaning it will now multiply it. But actually, our mirror is on the other side of the wall of this space that I am with right now. So so there are ways on where to use the mirror.
So the mirror should be in this scenario, your mirror is in front of you.
Yep, it's on the other edge of which is about maybe 8 meters away from me because we have quite such a table. It's a table for 10, and then I can still see the mirror as well.
And how about the table? Should the dining table be uh, free of any clutter? A number of people will have a bunch of things on the table, fake flowers and placemats and this and that, and they sit there all the time. What should that be like?
Well, I know that, in the Philippines, my table there, sometimes we have like, how do you call it? We have like a table that's just like, Mom, somebody send this to you and everything. So that before I go somewhere, I can see and I can thank people who send this to. So we tend to use the other table as our like dining table. So if you don't have the space, then maybe you have to be creative, like, maybe you can put it in a nice storage boxes, the transparent storage boxes, and you can just label them, what are these. And remember, we were talking about last week about, new beginnings, or even now this is a continuation. What do we have to do to prepare 2022? So we have to declutter because we want new things to come. If your table is already filled up with many things, with boxes here and there and everything, then how do you expect the new things to come? So the short answer is yes. If you can try, please declutter them.
Perfect. Thank you. Time to declutter, everyone. Get rid of things, donate. I know when I moved, I took a bunch of things and I gave them away, and it felt really good to help others.
Perfect. Yes, that's right. What about you, for example, Dr. Jacalyn? Like, what is the culture in America in terms of, like, say, um, would you say that Thanksgiving is it's something that, people are adapting to, thanking for the harvest, thanking for the opportunities, but is there something also that you say, okay, before the Thanksgiving day, these are the things that I will have to do for a new day? I mean, rather than wait for December 31 or January 1, do you do something like that?
Yeah, so me personally, every day I feel like it's Thanksgiving because there's something to be thankful for every single day, that's for sure.
That's
And
nice.
and I feel like even with, now that I've made this move, I have things that I'm definitely going to give away because life has changed and life keeps evolving. And to your point, you give things away so something new can come in. And I try not to get personally, I try not to get too attached to things. I used to be really attached to shoes, like obsessively attached to shoes. And I've let that go pretty much.
Oh my God, wow. So you are one of those who's gonna let go of your shoes. Oh my God, are you gonna ruffle them, or you're just gonna, like, you should ruffle them.
I
You
gave a
love
number of
shoes.
them away to a friend, and she was really appreciative of it. So it makes me feel good that they're going to get, additional wear on somebody else's feet. And
Yes. Wow. Hey, question. When you give away shoes in our country, in Asia, we usually give somebody a token. When you give your shoes to someone, or when you gifted somebody a shoes, you should get a token back. Do you do that?
no, no,
Oh,
tell me
you
more.
should. You should. Because apparently a shoes is something that, you put on your feet, right? So you don't want people to step on you. So reversely, you are not actually giving it to them because they pay you something like a token. So it's a culture. In fact, our viewers, you can actually Google it. There are some things that you can do, as a practice.
That's really interesting. I've
Yeah.
not heard that. So it doesn't have to be something of significant monetary value. It could be just anything to show thanks.
Yeah, like a token, like, maybe a penny or something. But it's like, okay, for these 10 pairs of shoes, I'm gonna give you, I don't know, uh, it has to be a couple of pennies. It has to be coin.
Oh,
And so, it's because sometimes, like, who brings coins, like, who brings coins? Like, can I just, like, now, right? Can I just send you something, or electronically pay you whatever? um I don't know, that's the culture. So I just thought of sharing that to you because it's quite interesting, when people does these things actually. So,
it
yeah,
does.
it
So
is.
I'm wondering because in the Destiny reading that you did for me, I saw in there's a section on metals, and I'm just wondering, is the penny a good token to give because it's made of copper as opposed to the silver coins?
Well, for you, I mean, especially for 2022, because metal will play a very big role. Like what you're wearing is white. So white, gold, and silver are metal elements. And for 2022, that would now, be required. But preferably, if you have that, you become like your network will even grow bigger. So we don't really want to stop it. We even want to nurture it and expand it. So being aware of these things are very important.
Thank you for sharing that. And I do have a question that I wanted to ask you. So I know that there are different years of different animals, year of the dog, year of the rat. Can you explain a little bit about how that works?
Yes. So in fact, if you would like, I'm going to play. I actually have a YouTube, and then which um, it's called the story. It's nice if we can have a Chinese astrology story on how this 12 animal sign came came about, right? Because a lot of people they don't really know how it started, why is the first animal sign came in, etc. So, um, is it okay if I play the Chinese zodiac story, Dr. Jacqueline?
Yes, definitely.
It's a 3 minute video that I can share to you, my friends. And yeah, it's nice for you to see this. Let me
Perfect.
just load it for you.
Do you have to share your screen?
Yes, okay, it's here. Okay, hang on. Thank you for reminding me with this. This is interesting. The Chinese zodiac story. Have you ever wondered why the Chinese zodiac signs are strictly in the following order? Rat, fox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, sheep, monkey, rooster, dog, and boar? Here is one popular story. In the past, there was no Chinese zodiac. The Jade Emperor wanted to choose 12 animals to be his guards. He therefore sent one of his trusted people to the land of mortals to spread its wish. Along with his rule, the earliest to arrive at the heavenly gates for his birthday party will enjoy better ranking among his chosen guards. Among the early risers were the rat and the ox. On his way to the heavenly gates, the rat had to stop to avoid being carried away by the swift current of a river. The ox then appeared, and when he was about to cross the river, the rat jumped onto his back. Having braved the current, the ox raced toward the Jade Emperor's palace. The rat, however, jumped out of his back and got to the feet of the emperor first, followed by the ox. Thus, the quick-thinking rat ran first, and the hard-working and efficient ox ran second. They were followed by the fast and competitive tiger who got the third place, and the equally swift rabbit who hopped on stones and a floating log to merit being in the fourth place. The fifth animal to arrive was the dragon who captivated the Jade Emperor with its good looks. The Emperor was hoping the dragon's son would follow him, but then the snake came forward and claimed that the dragon was in fact his adopted father. And that's how the really snake got the sixth rank. Next came the horse and the sheep. The kind horse was willing to let modest sheep go first, even if the sheep didn't mind going after him. The Jade Emperor himself saw the show of modesty and rightfully named the horse Sabbath and the sheep Apes among his guards. Although the wise monkey had lagged behind, he managed to jump on trees and stones and landed in the ninth place. Last to arrive were the rooster, dog, and boar in that order. The story also offers an explanation on why the cat was missing from the lineup. It says that although the rat and the cat were neighbors, the latter would always bully the small rat. When they heard about the emperor's decree, the cat ordered the rat to wake him up early enough for the race. The rat said yes, but saw this as an opportunity to exact his revenge. Thus, the following morning, the rat left without letting the cat know. When the cat woke up, the race was over and he missed his chance to be in the circle. This further intensified the bad blood between them, and so, whenever a cat appears, rats scamper in all directions. There you go, my friends. So that's the
Wow.
story.
That's so interesting. I love it.
That's right. Thank you for asking me. I love this. This is so impromptu, and I just like remembered. Oh, okay. I know I have a good one for you.
So, which years get assigned to which animals?
Yes, so you can go back, like what I said. I think in the very first episode that feng shui has been around for over 4,000 years. So the Jade Emperor has managed to assign for animal signs. So, for example, the farthest we could go is, so if you talk about 1900s, it begins with the year of the rat. So you keep adding 12 to it. So every 12 years, it's the year of the rat. So 1900, 1912, 1924, 36, 48, 60, 72, 1984, 1996, and then, so on. And then 1901 is the year of the ox. So the video that we just showed actually gives the 12 animal signs. So you
Oh,
can go back, either 12 years down or 12 years forward.
oh, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so it's just those animals, and it's 12 years in the order in which. Okay, perfect.
That's
How do
right.
you
So,
see that video again?
well, I think, if they keep on tuning to us, we can actually give them, this is like a feng shui 101. But I think, Dr. Jacqueline, it's really like, when we were talking about elements and people, why do we like each other? Why do people don't like each other? How can feng shui be used to harmonize your career, your relationship, your home? It's very important. So it does not need to be like what you said. Every day you are grateful, and so I am. Am I? I always begin and end my day with prayers. One of the things that I really do, and it becomes like a habit to me, is every day, if there are things that I feel that there's no need, there's no spark on my heart anymore, I would give them away or I will get rid of them. So again, my policy that I suggested last week is that if you are in doubt, out. That is my policy. So I have no maybe buts, because over the years, my friends, it has really given me so much clutter. Maybe I'm gonna wear this. Maybe I'm gonna have it retailored. Maybe I'm gonna be slimmer and can still wear this. Um, you just have to let go, and you will feel lighter. You will feel better. And I mean, look at Dr. Jacqueline. I wonder how many pairs of shoes you're going to be giving away or you have given away. But I'm sure you felt so good, right?
Yes, so good. And actually, in the other room, I have a whole pile of clothes that I'm going to be giving away as well. So
Wow.
it's, yeah, because, and in years past, it's funny because the clothes all still fit me. This was here from the last time I was here, but they don't have. There's no spark. There's no connection. It used to be I had a certain memory when I wore something that
Yes.
fine, and now I don't. I want to move forward. I'm not living in the past. If that makes sense.
Yes, that is really nice. You know what you're saying, that it's really perfect. You know why, my friends? This actually is like a baggage for us. So when you are running, trying to get your visions achieved, if you are so heavy with many things, same thing with life, same thing with feelings. If you feel that, oh, someone is bugging me, oh, I wish I could have done this, oh, I wish I could have said this, it is bugging us, my friend. So sometimes you just have to let it go and you will feel lighter. Same thing with things in life. um, I used to think that, and I think women as we are guilty. Even me personally, I could be guilty. I love beautiful things. I love big houses. I love bigger things. I collect and collect. But hey, as we grow older, we even like to try to simplify things because you keep accumulating all these things, and later on they actually becomes a liability, and they become very difficult to monitor. So learning to let go, I thought at the beginning it's going to be so difficult for me to learn. But hey, it was actually just easy. So I don't know if I said this, Dr. Jacqueline, before, that sometimes, it's just in life, you don't miss what you don't have. Some people, they want what they don't have. So you have to determine which side of life you are in, and letting go of things, slowly removing a little bit of something into your life is also very good.
I think that's excellent and something that I'll share. And maybe you had the same experience since you just moved, but there's a lot of stress related in moving. But what I found, most of the stress was about the stuff, getting the stuff to from point A to point B. How much stuff does one need? Where will you put all this stuff? And if
Yes,
there was a lot less stuff, there'd be a lot less stress.
exactly. And I tell you what, I had been packing and like boxing maybe about 2 weeks ago, because like what I said, I want to get ready. I don't want to be stressed and everything. And guess what? My husband only packed the day we move. Said, honey, anything and everything in this house is yours. My clothes, he said, are just in this cabinet, which you can see just this big of cabinet. That's it. So I think men, I don't know, I'm sure you can relate. Men are easier. Men are simpler. I mean, they have like what, three, four, five pairs of shoes, right? For women, we cannot. The bags is the amount of shoes, and
Yeah,
I don't know, the accessories. Like how
exactly.
much? So
Where to put
I
all
think for
our
women.
it is it can get you so stressed out, and when you think about it, it's just stuff, and giving a lot of the stuff away makes you feel so good.
Yes, yes. And I think, to be honest with you, I mean, I'm sure it's now a very big drive. I mean, here in Europe, there in the US, about, becoming eco-friendly. Um, I think there's even a report like how many tons of clothing is being dumped or being thrown away, for example, like each year. So it actually adds up into the, maybe into the garbage. So now a lot of fashion houses, fashion companies are really trying to reuse them, to recycle some of them, to create a new one. So I think, in the end, it's really like what we can do. What do we do as a person while we are living on this earth? So, in this, one of the things that I do for my son, I'm not sure if you have heard. Maybe one day you could also interview him. It's really very exciting what he does. He does non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, and one of the things that they do is, they have a tie-up with planting 1 trillion trees, which is actually one of our partners is spearheading through the World Economic Forum. So what they have done is, if you say, for example, donate a tree, my son's company called Caloscope will now issue you like a digital certificate. That meaning your particular tree that you have donated for is actually going to be planted a tree, because tree, my friends, the more you plant a tree, the more it can help the environment, the carbon emissions. We can augment the things that we use. So, in a way, planting trees is really very important. So again, what does it do to the environment? It's helping a lot of people. It's helping the community and everything. So I think it's gonna be another topic that we can do. Um, what I'd like it to be being in this show of Dr. Jacqueline is, you can talk many things. It doesn't need to be feng shui. There's so many collaborative efforts that we can say and share to you, share to our viewers, because again, the world has changed. It has changed a lot.
Absolutely. And I love the topic of sustainability and fashion. And here in the States, I haven't been there in years, but I understand that one of our biggest retailers, Neiman Marcus, they
Mhm.
actually have a prominent space dedicated to pre-owned bags, pre-owned
Wow,
Gucci and Prada. I don't know the exact brands, but
really?
that's really fascinating to me that right there with the new things that were manufactured, they have things that are vintage.
Wow. See, I mean, I think, yeah, they're gonna have a home, a new user, a new owner. I think, because for me, I remember my kids. There is a movie that they love to watch, which is like a Toy Story, right? So I'm sure in America it's very popular, especially to our kids. And I remember, I mean, I would have to join them when we have to watch that. And then one of the key elements there is that, would you like to give away your toy to a new home, or would you like to trash them and everything? But then, although they put something there that the Toy Story and the toys has feelings and emotions and everything, because they created, all the characters there. But it's true. I mean, sometimes um, donating them, it could end up to another kid's home, making them happy.
Yes.
So same thing maybe with our clothes. So I think I would say also, Dr. Jackie, is really more of the awareness. And in fact, I have this friend. Maybe I can introduce you to her as well. She is very very. I think she's very like strong in terms of sustainability. She would, in fact, I believe she used to be one of the senior officer of the big brands, and she even had to go, she had to resign because she just cannot take it anymore. She's one of those like sustainability, what fabric did you use, is it harmful for the environment? So her ethics, it just did not jive in to the job that she does. But it's amazing because now it boils to her daughter. Now it boils into the things that she brings to the house. What is it made of and everything. So um, I think it's also education as well.
I
The education, the cost. It's new. It's very unique thing to do for the time being. So the cost could be higher. You still don't have that volume, so many things we can do. And all of this, in the end, if you think about it, this is all about energy, right? So if you have so many things, like what you said, so many things that flutter in your head, collecting this, collecting that, and then what after? So maybe we are becoming mature as well, Dr. Jacqueline.
yes, I would have to agree with you on that.
Yeah, that's
We have
right.
topics that we can discuss in future shows as well. So this has been great. Thank you.
Thank you. It's always an honor and a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to see you and to be friends with you. And I'm going to spotlight you for people who are listening on the radio. What is your contact information?
Yes, you can actually contact Marites Allen on Instagram and Facebook, Marites Allen. And of course, if you want to know more about your feng shui, maritesallen.com. And I forgot to share to you, I would like to invite you wherever you are in the world. I am going to have my annual feng shui webinar. It's on December 26, 2021. And if I could please share this, Dr. Jacqueline, this is going to be
Oh,
December 26, 2021. And yeah, so I will be having talks, and it's going to be simultaneously broadcasted 10 a.m. in London, 11 a.m. in Europe, Qatar, California, New York, Canada. The dates and times are on the screen. So please register at friga.co.uk, or call us on the hotline, or please email me. So what happens is that every year for the last 17 years, I had been doing my annual feng shui convention. So this is really like, what to look forward to for each animal sign. What is 2022 for you? What do you do for your homes and everything? So this is like our traditional annual feng shui convention. So this is going to be aired on December 26, 2021. So tickets are available, of course, at Friga. And then later today, we're going to be putting it up as well on Eventbrite and other forms of ways where you can buy our ticket as well.
Fantastic. I just created a banner in all
Thank
the
you.
comments. So everybody should be able to see that. Frigga.co.uk to register. The webinar is December 26, 2021.
Yes. So this is the forecast, Dr. Jacalyn, for the coming year of the Water Tiger 2022. The Chinese New Year will be on February 1, 2022. So usually we give a forecast 2 or 3 months in advance to give guidance, a heads up to the people. What do you need to do? And it's a tiger. The enemies are all those who are born in the year of the monkey. Like me, I'm a monkey, so I have to be extra careful. So supposed to be next year is my holiday year, supposed to be my taking it easy year. But we'll see. We'll see how fate takes us.
I'll
So
look forward
stand
to
for
finding
us.
out and heading over to register as well. So
Thank you greatly.
we have to wrap up for today. We have a show coming up right after this: fashion, fitness, travel, and leisure. And Marites, it's been a pleasure. Congratulations on your move. And I look forward to
Thank
seeing
you.
you again soon.
You too. And I love the way you look always. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I just wish you the best of luck. And truly, thank you for having me on your show. So I'll see you again next Friday.
See you again next Friday. Bye,
Take
everyone.
care.
Minutes for
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.